That looks like... Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday. I'm just making myself a little cup of tea. Just walked the dog and done the school run, and it is is that funny? It is a scorcher of a day today. And the lane that I live in is actually closed. It closed at 9:30. I just got back in time before they closed it. I can see my husband's just texted me saying that we started on the road. Not yet, babe, not quite yet. But as I was walking up to my house, I was like, oh my God, can I get home? Like, they'd started to close the road early. But I did manage to get in. So I'm gonna stay in all day and do some cooking. What I am gonna do is, every time I make bread in my bread maker, I see there's a recipe for a chocolate cake. So I'm gonna put that in my bread maker today. Matteo's very excited for that. Can you see him down there and see how that turns out? In my last vlog, I made a roast chicken, so I'm going to use the leftovers of that today and some stock to make a nice pie and then just potter about the house, really. Like, knowing that I can't go out, it's giving me like this sort of like, I get to stay in my house all day kind of vibe, when I would truthfully just do that anyway. Also, they don't open the road until later on today, so I'm like, oh, how am I going to do the school run? Like, there must be pedestrian access, but we've all moved our cars, so I don't know. We'll wait and see. So yes, that's my plan for today. The first thing I do have to do that I want to do in a second is I want to get my sofa covers off in the wash and on the line. Can you hear Matteo? So yes, that is my plan today. So I'm going to drink this tea and get those sofa covers on. And I'm just so excited to do this cake. I think I'm going to put all that in my bread maker first to get that going. I'll just get the recipe now. I don't know how long it takes. Hang on. Let's get that out. I also get a lot of, hope you can hear me, I get a lot of questions about my bread maker. It's the Lakeland one and it's a mini one, and I think it's about 70, 80 pound, and honestly worth its weight in gold. It's so, like, I do like making bread from hand, but this is so convenient to chuck it in, and you can put it on a timer. So your bread's like ready in the morning, and when I do this in the winter, we wake up in the morning to freshly baked bread, like the smell of it, oh, it's so good. But yeah, it makes like a little loaf one that lasts us like, I've got a little bit of leftover one here. This is not an ad. I know we have to say that all the time now. But yeah, so this is sort of like the size loaf. So about there, baby. So yeah, good size. I'll probably make another one of those today, because I did have some for my breakfast. Oh, I'll show you quickly because I took some clips. So in Sophia's lunchbox today, she's too hot and wants to play in the playground and eat. So I've just done her some homemade sausage rolls, which I took out of the freezer. She's got 2 boiled eggs, some strawberries and a banana. And then for breakfast, we both had some of that bread that I just said about with lovely homemade butter on top. So delish. So that's the bread maker there. Let me go get the recipe book. So well loved. Let's have a look. Cake. 1 hour, 50 minutes. So just basically chuck it all in, and it says after about 5 minutes, open the lid and make sure the flour is mixing in evenly and scrape down the sides if there's any lumps. I think I've got all the ingredients except for treacle. It says 2 teaspoons. I've got golden syrup, so I'll use that instead. And it says to put nuts in as well, like ground almonds and walnuts. My family probably won't enjoy it so much with nuts in. So rather than the 25 grams of chocolate chips that it recommends, I'm going to put in lots of chocolate chips. And I know it's so annoying to follow a recipe for the first time and not follow it properly. However, I'm going to do it. It says here, this chocolate cake is moist and delicious. It is an oil cake. So we've got oil, milk, sugar, treacle, egg, self-raising flour, baking powder, cocoa powder, and chocolate chips. Oh, I thought I was going to sneeze then. Can I hold it up in case anybody... Oh, I suppose you can't try it unless you have the bread maker. Sorry about that, guys. So yeah, I'm going to put my covers on to wash, and then I'll turn the camera back on. I don't know, do you need to see me pour the ingredients in? Oh. My baby needs me, gotta go. I'm just weighing out my wet ingredients, and I'm just about to go in with the sugar. It doesn't say to, but I have give that a little mix up in there before popping it in here. So all the ingredients are in there now, mixing away. So in 5 minutes, I need to scrape down the edges. And then I'm glad I reread the instructions because it says when the machine beeps 10 times, if you're familiar with using this. All right, babe. If you're familiar with using this machine, let me grab my baby. Come here. Your mommy. Oh gosh. So yeah, if you want to add toppings or like seeds or something into your bread, it does it for every setting. It'll beep 10 times at a certain point where you add in your whatever you want to add in. So I need to wait for it to beep 10 times and then I go in with the chocolate chips. And I was sort of hoping now to sit down, feed Matteo, get cozy, and hopefully he'll fall asleep. Because I don't know what time they're going to do the roadworks, but I imagine we've got all our windows on because it's hot, it'll be noisy. But I guess I'm going to have to bounce them about. That was sticky at the top of that. Yeah, bounce them about a bit longer so I can put my chocolate chips in. Also, it said 25 grams of cocoa powder, and I'm weighing it out in like a bowl like this and pressing tar every time so it resets to 0. And a blooming lump of cocoa powder fell in, so I tried to get it out as best as I could, but there's definitely double the amount of cocoa powder in there. So if this fails, I only have myself to blame. Oh, I've got hay fever today. So I'm gonna grab my chocolate chips, open the bag already. Yeah, and then just I'm so excited for this. I hope it makes the house smell delicious. Because if so, I'll make it a lot in the winter, and then like, oh, it's hot today, and all I can think about is winter. I'm not a summer person. I don't know how to do heat. I know how to do coziness, warmth, hot water bottles, log fires, blankets, stews. I'm doing a pie today, for goodness sake. It'll be a good pie though. Like, it's not the kind of pie you want in hot weather. But we do manage to keep our kitchen quite cool because can you see down there in our dining area we've got a ceiling fan, and it is so good. It makes such a huge difference. It wasn't overly expensive either. We got it from Argos. It was a few years ago now. I'm going to say £110, and it's a light as well. And it says, we've never done it, but you rotate the blades one way in summer. Oh, I don't know the science behind it. I was going to try, but I don't. But you rotate them the other way in the winter, and it circulates warm air, apparently. I do not know how that works. What you chatterboxing about? Anyway, so I'm going to get my chocolate chips ready to go in, drink that tea. I haven't even drank that tea that I made earlier. It's still quite hot, I hope. Not really. Because I snacked on... I found some Easter egg in the cupboard. So I've just ate a quarter of an Easter egg. This doesn't taste sweet anymore. Is that funny? Is that funny? Yeah, so... yeah, just keep saying yes. So I'll be back later. I can't reach to turn the button. I just remembered I needed to scrape down the sides, and look at that. That looks like it's going to be so good. I literally just bobbing around. I don't know what to do with myself because of course I'm washing the covers on the sofa, so it doesn't look like appetizing to sit on, and I don't know when the cake's going to beep at me, and I feel like if I put Matteo down he's going to cry because sort of now is the sort of time of day where I'd sit and cuddle him and have a feed and get like cozy. Usually when I like catch up on my emails and Rightmove, because I spend so much time on Rightmove. So now I don't really know what to do with myself. Just waiting for it to beep, I suppose. And my washing machine in here, I always put my covers just on for a quick wash, mainly because they get covered in like dog hair and Rafflex to sit on them. That's only got 20 minutes left, and then I really want to get those on the line. And I don't know if you can tell, but my baby's massive and he's so heavy. I want to put him down, or at least feed him, or my arm. I could put him in the sling, but you like the idea of the sling, do you? We might need that for school run today because we keep his, well, we sometimes keep the pram in the boot or in the garage, but I've moved the car, obviously because of the road closure. So now it's in the garage, which opens up directly onto the lane that they've closed. So, yeah, you might have to go in your sling if I can't get out. Oh, you just dropped your muzzy. Oh, he's so heavy. I reckon now he's probably about 18.5 pounds. And for reference, when I last got him weighed, he was 17.10, I think. And Sophia, at the same age, was 11.2. So I got two very different babies. This one's a big chunk. Oh. Still delicious though. Right. So I'm switching to voiceover mode because Matteo is having a nap and the roadworks outside are so noisy. I don't know if you'd even hear me over them. So basically I'm just deciding to start our dinner now, and I'm starting off by chopping up some onions. I once read that if you want a really thick curry sauce you need lots of onions, and I sort of apply the same process every time I'm making like a sauce or a gravy. I make sure there's plenty of onions in there, and I make sure they're salted too because it releases the natural moistures inside them. So once those onions have cooked for a bit on a high heat, I turn it down and go in with the garlic so that the garlic doesn't burn. And then I chopped up a couple leeks. I think I used 2 in the end. And then what did I do? Oh, got my little peeler out, so I'm going to go peel my carrots. I went in with loads of carrots and I wanted to keep them quite chunky so that the pie had a bit of bite to it. But oh, look, hang on a minute, the cake has come out. Look at this, ready? So it smelled delicious, by the way, but look how small it was. I was like really shocked it was so small. I was thinking it was going to be like a loaf of bread size. But anyway, yeah, chopping up my carrots. They were potentially a bit too big. They still had a little bit of a bite to them. Like, I don't mind them being bitey, but I know the rest of my family did. So maybe a smidge smaller next time. So I'm just mixing that all in until it's softened, and then I'm going to go, oh yeah, add some bay and some white pepper. Love white pepper when I'm making a white sauce, better than black pepper. So now I'm going to go, while that softens, try the cake. Now mind you, it's still warm here and it is smelling delicious. I was so excited. I can't believe how small it is though. I have got over that disappointment though. But look at the middle of that. Did you see? It is so moist in the centre, and I can confirm that the edge is caught a little bit, which is probably why I look a bit disappointed, and it's hot, nibbling it there. But it is delicious, and I nearly ate it all myself. Like, Sophia's had a slice. I don't think my husband's even had any. And the cake's almost all gone, where I just keep like cutting myself a little slice. Okay, now I'm making my sauce. So I'm going in with some butter and then a tablespoon of flour. If you're making this properly, you want your ratios to be about the same. And then I got some chicken stock out the fridge, which I'm just going in, I like stirring, pouring more in, stirring, and then having it on quite a high heat so it starts to thicken up really nicely. And then I'm gonna pop on a lid and get on with doing my potatoes. Oh, I don't know why that clip was there actually, because I'm not doing my potatoes yet. I'm putting the chicken in. So that's the chicken from the fridge, and I put lots of fat in it too before putting it in the fridge, so it kept it moist. Going in with some peas. Oh, I am. My potatoes are boiling in the background there. I must have just lost a clip. Anyway, stirring that all in. I'm just going to leave that to sit now for a few hours while the mash cools down and the filling cools down. The noise outside stopped and Matteo literally woke up straight away. So it must have been like a white noise for him. Sadly, he didn't nap that long, so he's still a bit grouchy. But let me show you where I am up to. So the filling is quite literally just chilling in there. I've had to put a lid on because there's so many flies today. And my potatoes are pretty much boiled, so I'm going to drain those in a minute. And, sorry, I lost my train of thought then. So I was going to put the spring onions in the pie mix, and then I thought, oh, do you know what? I could do a cheese and spring onion mash to go on top. Oh, it's my doggy yawning, so I think that's what I will do. So I'll drain those, let them steam for a bit. Feed Matteo, make the mash, put them on top, and then I am done, hopefully just in time for the school run. And I'm going to do the voiceover in a bit, and I don't know if I would have said or not, but I'm going to cook the pie in there, so I'm not going to transfer it. Like, I'm going to put enough potatoes on, take the lid off to make that my pie dish. Does that make sense? What do you want? What do you want? Right, that's the mash done. I've gone in with the spring onions, some milk, butter, salt, pepper, red Leicester, and some vintage cheddar. And there's the pie filling. And I think while Matteo is quiet, I'm going to pop that on top of that. Look at that, you guys. I've gone in with some extra cheese on the top, and I just know that this is going to be so good. Oh, and some pepper too. I'm really excited to eat this. You know, it's not cooked yet, but you know, Rafa, that you will get a bit, don't you? You know that. But right now, do you even see me eating any? No. So there's none for you yet. Give me a paw. Good boy. Incoming, the most perfect chocolate cake after school snack. How does that look? Is it good?
Yeah.
Yeah? Enjoy.
But I'm going.
To be fair, Ellie's mummy usually does it for us, doesn't she? She's kind.
What is this?